What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Right now I'm at the gym. I have a hat on, as you can see, but it's more than a hat. It's an American hat, and it's because this year is the 250 year mark, and it's awesome. I'm really stoked about having this hat. I was thinking about it for a very long time. Honestly, I'm just like, I'm gonna wear this hat. I'm gonna wear this hat and other things like it's a vessel for me. Okay? I actually love my country. I love the United States of America. And I mean, it's for me, I take great pride in this country. And trust me, I've seen a whole lot of stuff recently. It's just been so tiring having to go through all these things and then hear a lot of stuff. And yeah, I'm like, no. I'm putting my foot down. I'm like, no. As you know, a Mexican descent, you know, if you really are the way you are, you're Mexican, you're proud, you should be able to just come over here and say, I actually love this country. I make money, I put food on the table, you help, you contribute on how you contribute, you make sure people are fed, right? Which is when I'm saying people, you can either be family, you can either be friends. You have the freedom to go anywhere without any any consequences against, in a government, right? And so far, a lot of people from New York is suffering that consequence from their own mistake, which is voting for that guy. Yes, I'm gonna say it. Mamdani it's not good news. I already know for a fact that it's not. And they're saying that the rate is going down. Like there's no murder rate. And I'm like, okay, you're telling me because there's no murder rate, everything's gonna be fine. No, it's not gonna be fine. This guy thinks that I mean, it's not gonna be like people are gonna get paid to clean, to take garbage out, right? This guy's a socialist. And now, what I'm trying to say is that there's, when you expect high rate wages, you're not gonna get that certain amount. And if you are, then you are gonna be taxed the highest. And the way that he said that, that he's gonna prevent people from moving out, they're gonna have their business, stand put in New York City. No, buddy, that's not how it works. Okay, you're in a capitalist country. Okay, you're in New York City. All right, as a state, you are only a mayor. Okay, sit down and shut up. You have no authority to do stuff like that. And for me, if I was in their shoes, I would have moved out anyway. Because if I would have, like, if, let's say, for instance, okay, let's say I moved, right? And and of course I'm gonna be paying taxes, but guess what? It's a small margin. And if it's high, great. You're gonna, for me, I would have made a move and say, you know what, because I know I'm gonna get taxed by Mamdani, I'm gonna save this much money so I can actually be safe, knowing that I moved out, from a state that doesn't give a crap about me or my American values. I mean, trust me, guys. I cannot stand guys like that. But we warned them. We did. We did. I tried to warn everybody. I'm like, listen, things are not going to go in your guys' favor. I'm sorry. As much as you think and you want it, no. This guy, he sworn under oath on a Quran. which is crazy. I mean, that is absurd. You cannot swear under oath on Quran and say, I'm going to share the American value. Because no, when you're sworn under the Bible, it's a huge major difference between it. When you say love your neighbor, you love your enemy as well. So even if, let's say you're a Republican, as you know, from a Democrat standpoint, you will still love them. You will still love them and bear them, but you also have the right to say, hey, no, that's not okay. Trying to fight ICE is not okay. Trying to stop law enforcement doing what they need to do in order to have law and order, and you're fighting against them, no, that's not okay. And so, yes, as an American, I already understand, okay, this person is going very slow, backing up. It's okay. I understand. I'm a woman, and I'm joking, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that not everything that you see is gonna be clear. With this guy that you're dealing with, I say you need to get out. You need to get out as soon as you can, because once the snow melts, the crime is gonna be unfathomable, okay? You won't understand the true nature of a human being when you literally have no police guarding you at every site. And what I'm saying is that Mamdani believes that a social worker can only interfere or try to persuade the person, like, hey, you have a mental disorder, do you? Huh? The way that you're feeling right now, everything seems so confusing. And we want to help you to understand your thought process. No, sir. They're not going to do that. In fact, the way that they're going to handle it is much more violent than you think. Okay? That's why we have police out here, because we don't know the person that's going to harm you. I mean, there's a scenario like this one girl, right? She was getting attacked by some guy. Okay, it's a story. It's a story I've seen on YouTube, and it was not that long ago when this happened. But when I'm gonna explain it to here, it's so scary, because I could be that girl. I could be the one being attacked, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks when you need help and someone else was trying to intervene, but they're the bad guy themselves, which is the case. This girl who was being attacked by some guy, got, this other guy helped her, got, interfere with this other guy. He was, he was scrappling with that guy. He was fighting with him, and he just ran away. He just moved out the way. And so the girl felt comfortable. She was like, okay, I'm safe now, thank you so much. And he was like, I'll just walk you to your car, wherever you need to go, I'm right there. And she thought she was safe and in the clear, and it turns out it wasn't in the clear. She was being attacked by that same guy who saved her. So yeah. And then for the Jews, I mean, seriously, you think this guy was gonna say, oh, I'm gonna fight for you, I'm gonna fight for you, yeah, I'm Muslim, but hey, each to their own, right? You're a Jew, okay, yeah, just give me your votes, and yeah, I'll protect you. No, this guy had a mask, and everyone knew the bullshit behind this guy. I knew from the start. Like, it's so crazy how people can be so dumb. They cannot read the lines. Literally, they cannot. It's insane how much we are going far back behind, taking step by step behind us, and not trying to get to the bottom of actually improving ourselves. Okay, I'm trying to improve myself physically just in case someone were ever to like to actually fight me because I'm, trying to like promote my freedom of speech and my freedom of expression, I mean, I can guarantee you guys, there's gonna be one person out here that's gonna notice me and say, you're a fascist, you're a Nazi, you're, you need to go back to your country. How can you betray your race and stuff like that? Something so, so absurd. And how do you? What I'm trying to say this word, derogatory or something like that. It's like you're saying that you're an advocate for Mexicans, for for immigrants, illegal immigrants. Okay, you want them inside of the country. You're like, you don't want them you want them to have an actual judge for them to have in due process. But it's like you cannot even trust judges no more. They are like releasing criminals back to back 72 times, 60 times. It doesn't matter anymore, and that pisses me off. I really want them to to actually crack down the cases and basically see if there's a judicial fraud where they are actually taking the criminals that they have and basically trace the how many times a judge released them on a year-to-year basis. And if you have more than I mean, for me, 2 times is that's enough. You get one more you got one chance of living, yeah, you got a punishment. Okay, we're gonna give you a second chance. Okay, and I mean, for a third try, especially, I mean, for me, if it was like, if it had to do with murder or rape or other things, right? That's, that's far beyond to, like, if it's a misdemeanor, okay, we'll give you a third chance. But if you mess this one up, you're done. You are straight done. You cannot commute to actual society. So you can either A, be in a jail cell for life, or B, you're going to take some classes to know exactly how to be a stand-up citizen and contribute to our society. And for me, I mean, I am so done with people having to break the law, and we're not doing anything to get these people back in shape. And for me, I'm trying to get back into shape, not just to actually defend myself, just in case that there was such a thing where I have to not only protect myself, but to protect my family. Yes, I am thinking these things, guys. It's terrifying, but in a way, I'm like, no. I really do not care. These people, they're trying to take my right away as a Mexican, as a person who is legal in this country. They are trying to suppress my freedom of speech and expression. They are telling me that I cannot be a Republican because I am brown. Okay, that is definitely racist. And to call someone the N-word and not saying anything about it, yeah, that contradicts of what you preach. It does. It really does contradicts everything that you spoke about, Black Lives Matter and everything about them, okay? And a lot of people do not want to talk about it. And yes, because of your rhetorics, because of the things that they are saying now, and the way that they're treating Nicki Minaj, and it's not just Nicki Minaj, by the way. There's a lot of people that are actually trying to do good and trying to do the betterment of their country. They are being thrashed by these people, but we're not taking it. We're like, no. If these celebrities, if they're, yeah, sure. I feel like, some celebrities, they just really need to stick to singing and acting. But if there's a president, I mean, listen, I mean, this is why. a lot of people, a lot of, left, Democrats and liberals, they love to see the celebrities, the musicians, and the actors, actresses, right? You already know those people that spoke against Donald Trump and ICE alone, and they're cheering them on like they're freaking gods, okay? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make, oh, since Dojo Cat, like, likes, Kamala Harris, vote for her. Like, no, just because you're a celebrity doesn't make me have any grounds of voting for someone that I already want to vote for. If you want to call me a fascist and tell me not to listen to your music or look at your movies, good. I'll know exactly who your name is, and I will be able to watch your movies or listen to your music. I'll save my money. I'll save my money who actually deserves to actually that for me to support their business and to provide for them. Because guess what? You guys are forgetting the fact that we have fed, keep you fed and famous for a long time. And yes, I'm talking about, what is that band's name that called, said that if you're a voter for Trump or like, you support ICE. There was like this one song, there's two songs actually that is a good song. There's two good songs. Man, it's so interesting. Maybe I'll here, this is what I'll do. I'll be able to provide the name so you know exactly who I'm talking to. And I will provide two songs, okay, or the biggest three, okay. One is on Rock Band 2, okay. That's clue. That's another clue. For the second one, it's not just on Rock Band, but if you lived long enough, you would know that it's on the radio, and it's so popular, and the music itself, I gotta say, it's beautiful. But of course, knowing that this person called me a fascist and I need to stop listening to their music, well, okay, I took that route, and I'm like, okay, and now that's in the past. I'll be able to shred the papers, and I'm not gonna shred the evidence. Of course, I'm gonna say that yes, I have listened to these people and multiple musicians out there, and I've seen multiple actresses and actors who happen to call me a Nazi or a fascist or some other term that they come up with now and then. So yes, for the lighter note, yeah, I have listened and seen a lot of artists that I have idolized before. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Billie Eilish. I mean, I told you. I mean, if I haven't told you now, then I'm telling you now that I have listened to her music, and I did look up to her. Are you kidding me? What was it, 2017? I barely got to listen to her, and I was like, what is she about? And then was it, I think it was 2018 or 2019, I actually got to I don't know, it was an Adobe thing where she was getting everyone to not compete, but to show their artwork and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I'll do that, and I'll post it on Twitter. At that time, right, EXO wasn't, a thing. At least I didn't know it was a thing. I'm not sure. I have to go search it up and do my research. But at that time, it was Twitter. It was like I was able to actually put my art out there. And yes, it wasn't finished the way that I wanted it to be, but I thought it looked so cool. And then when I looked at other people's, I'm like, man, if I would have put more detail to it, I think I would have, done a lot better. And it was just a black and white, like an actual painting, right? I mean, I did something so simple that it wasn't even done yet, but at that time I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I would put it on my phone wallpaper, right? I don't know, maybe I'll show it to you guys, but But yeah, I mean, I felt like I've, just, it just discourages you, you get to wonder, like, wow, I mean, this life seems so different when you're really an adult, like an adult. You don't think you're gonna look back one day and say, holy crap, I've idolized this person, thinking that one day they're gonna recognize me. But they don't. They haven't. They really do not give a shit. You're just there just to be there. I mean, not like Nicki Minaj. I mean, she was actually responding to some people, and my God, I mean, if you know someone, at least an artist, that actually recognize their own fan base and respond quickly to a person, they are the real deal. At least some of them are. Some of them are not. But, I mean, I'm just saying, some people just deserve to actually have their name spoken out to the crowd, out to the world, right? And say, hey, this person is a very good person. This person definitely done a lot for this country, and we haven't really recognized it, for it. We haven't really gotten a vote to say, hey, thank you for your time, thank you for putting out music, or for movies that we actually got to say that it's a very good movie. Because nowadays it's just reruns of old movies, Disney movies, right? Like I cannot stand reruns after reruns. It's like you cannot seem to be a villain anymore. You cannot be a bad guy anymore. You cannot be an outlaw or some hideous thing that becomes like a good story for a hero to come out and say, hey, you shouldn't do this, and if you do it anyway, we're gonna fight you for it. We're gonna fight, and it's gonna happen whether we like it or not. Eventually it will. And the good side always wins. And if we die because of it, well, we died for a good cause. And that's it. You know the sacrifice, you did it anyway, knowing that's the sacrifice. That is bravery. Bravery cost a lot of lives. And yes, it has, and always has been. So to put this off, guys, I know this is a long video. I had to rant, but keep me in your prayers. Hopefully, if someone dares to tell me, why are you wearing this hat? I'm like, listen, I like my country. I love my country, actually. I love the flag. I love everything about this country. And yes, we do have a lot to do. Okay, paying off this $1 trillion debt is for one. For two is to actually have housing affordability without socialism. Okay? First and foremost, just to have without socialism. Because if I hear any more complaints about New Yorkers living like a struggling life, oh, poor you. Yeah, you voted for this. You didn't know, did you? You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna show these Trumpers wrong. We're gonna show them, oh look at, there's less crime. But I'm like, you idiots. It's snowing outside. Of course they're not gonna be outside doing crimes, okay? You don't have, you barely have anyone going outside because of how cold it is. Especially when it rains, there's gonna be slush all over. There's gonna be so many car crashes. Mamdani can't even get the streets right. Snowed, they throw the snow all over the road, and you can't drive on it. And when oh my God, there's a lot of things that are just gonna be messed up, and you have a long ways to go, people. 2029. You did this to yourselves. We warned you. We warned you the bullshit that is coming out of his mouth. There is no free shit. There's no free stuff. Get it together. Sorry. But because of that, you're going to have more of a highest tax bracket, okay, than what you actually earned. Okay, it's so stupid, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop right now before I go on forever. You already know, right? I'm a woman. I'm a woman. So, yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later. It's a lot. It's a late night. Okay, 9:29. It's gonna be 9:30. So I gotta go in, just do my thing before my mom or dad's ask anything like what happened or like what's going on. I'll be like, well, what do you know? I'm just gonna make a video real quick, telling my personal opinion about a shitty subject that has to concur with the New Yorkers and many other things. It's crazy, guys. So, and yes, excuse my language. I'm trying to cut down more on cussing. It's not really me. I'm a chill person, but when it comes down to it, when I'm trying to make a point, I have to squeeze it a little bit, okay? I gotta do the Indian burn. Just, just grab the, just both hands, right? And you squeeze it opposite directions until it burns. Sorry. Yes, okay, it may seem a little bit wrong these days, but back then it is what it is. Back then it was a different time. So, but yeah, just be careful, guys. I mean, I'll be fine. You'll see pictures or videos that if it wasn't, God knows I'm gonna be safe. And trust me, I'm gonna be freaking ready. Alright? I need to get some fighting classes. That's what I need. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Peace.